Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys. Their sister is actually here to talk about how she feels that the Hurricane Helene that is going on have a relationship with the Sundown towns, and this got a lot of people reacting and thinking so deeply about it. I'm just going to roll it as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
So the people are saying that the towns in North Carolina that are being devastated by Hurricane Helene were sundown towns, majority of them. Now I went ahead and did some research. I did a little look-see. It took me about an hour, and I went through all of the counties that have been affected by the hurricane. And I tried to get as much information as I could as to which one of those towns belong in those counties that are sundown towns according to the list of the current and historical sundown towns in North Carolina. This is the list of the existing and past historically recorded sundown towns in North Carolina. So I went through and looked at what counties some of these towns are in. Some of these listed are counties as a whole. And I can confirm that yes, some of these towns and counties have been hit by the hurricane. Some more damaged than others. For example, Bakersville is at the top of this list of sundown towns in North Carolina. Bakersville is a township in Mitchell County. About 39% of homes and businesses in Mitchell County are without power as of yesterday evening. So there is some truth to it. While looking at this interactive map of sundown towns in the United States and comparing it to the path of Hurricane Helene, you see an interesting pattern. And according to this data posted by the National Weather Service 2 hours ago, you can see where the substantial amount of damage and flooding has occurred. And right down there, it shows us on the map where this is, which is the lower part of North Carolina. And now, as most of us know, hurricanes always seem to follow a routine. They form around the coast of Africa and follow the same path as the slave ships. So it's interesting that we know that these hurricanes follow the paths of the slave ships that brought our ancestors to the Americas through ports like North Carolina, and that this also happens to be where majority of the damage from this hurricane is taking place. I would love to know y'all's thoughts, and if anybody has any stories about traveling through North Carolina while black, let me know. Stitch this, duet this, let me know in the comments down below, because I would really like to cross-reference and see if some of these sundown towns existed but were not listed on the map and are in fact being affected by Hurricane Helene. I find all of this very interesting. Y'all let me know what y'all think. So the people are saying,
hey yo, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I got a certified North Carolinian with me. But it seemed like that storm hit a bunch of sundown towns. I don't know, you tell me.
Last night I was thinking this. I was looking up these places, right, that this Hurricane Helene hit. Majority of them are like places that we not there. That's not for us. This is a white party only. Didn't you know this? Right? Type situation. And even though it's tragic, people are losing their houses, businesses, everything, right? It's kind of weird that the places that the hurricane was supposed to hit really hard, it didn't hit really hard, and the places that were like in the middle of nowhere are just being leveled to a point of non-existence, right? And it's like, why is it that? Why is it that these towns that are not diverse at all, getting destroyed. And the cities that are diverse are getting flooding, but not too bad, right? Make it make sense, because it doesn't make sense to me. But also as well, they say that the hurricane is the spirit of a black woman that were necessarily enough thrown over the boats during slavery. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You tell me. You tell me. Because to me, what it looks like is karma. It might be karma. It might be. Or it's just a happy coincidence that these sundown towns got devastated by this hurricane. I don't know. You tell me. Like, share, comment.
Hey, yo.
All right. So before we continue, let me just say, I am a brown-skinned, melanated girl that survived Katrina and lost everything in floodwater. Okay, so let's get that straight. But now we're gonna get into this. It's come to my attention that a lot of people on this app don't realize that sundown towns still exist, or even know what a sundown town is. So let me catch you up to speed, okay? So sundown towns are basically towns where melanated people either need to be inside at a certain time, or they need to be outside of the city limits at a certain time. And like I said, those still exist in 2024. If you don't believe me, all the people that drive from New Orleans to Houston to New Orleans, y'all know there are certain cities on I-10 that you're not gonna stop at. You don't care if your tires falling off. You don't care if your whole front end falling off. Your car could be smoking. There is no way in hell you're gonna stop in those certain cities along I-10 on your way either to Houston from New Orleans or from Houston to New Orleans. Like, you're not gonna stop. Sundown towns are the reason why we pack food for the road. If y'all don't believe me, y'all could go online and Google a map of all the sundown towns that still exist. And it's just mighty coincidental that Hurricane Helene flooded out a lot of those sundown towns. No, I'm not saying that they deserved it. I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying, I don't think anybody deserves to lose their entire lives, you know, at the blink of an eye because of a storm. But it's mighty fucking coincidental. Okay? They exist. Don't be delusional. They're still out there. There's still racism out there. You know, I feel like people brushing it under the rug because it's a tragedy. I get that. But the facts of the situation is that a lot of these places were sundown towns. Do I think people or anybody deserve? No. But again, the facts are that a lot of these places that flooded out unexpectedly were sundown towns. Feel free to go ahead and Google it. Not all, but some of them. Most of them. A lot of them. Good morning, but this one here, this one for the gaslighters in my comments under my video about Hurricane Helene and sundown towns. I said what the fuck I said. But y'all gaslighting skills, motherfucking top tier. Hold up. Let me add some fuel to the fire. Hold on. I had to put my motherfucking grill in. I wanted to give y'all something else to talk about, because apparently I'm just a big bull-faced liar, right? So let's get this straight. Telling a melanated person that sundown towns don't exist is gaslighting. That's gaslighting. Bringing up Hurricane Katrina, that's deflection, because Hurricane Katrina did devastate hoods. What does that have to do with the fact that Hurricane Helene devastated sundown towns? So that's definitely deflection. That has nothing to do with the topic. Am I sad about what happened? Yes, let's get all of that clear. I went through Hurricane Katrina. Like I said, I wouldn't wish this on my worst fucking enemy. It is devastating what is going on. The only thing that I said was it's just mighty coincidental that it's a lot of sundown towns. Did I say that every part of our country that got devastated by Hurricane Helene was a sundown town? No. Y'all do understand that more than one thing can exist at one time, right? Y'all do understand that. Calling me racist for educating people about sundown towns, that's gaslighting. Erasing my ancestors' history and then telling me to go look it up, that's motherfucking gaslighting. Y'all skills really need to be studied, because y'all have no idea how crazy you sound with 8,000 comments and all of the comments saying that sundown towns don't exist are from palm-colored people, not even looking at the different things that have happened to the people in my comments. Y'all so quick to say, oh, they don't exist. Then please tell me why a lot of people in my comments have come across sundown towns. Yes, they still exist. Yes, they still exist. And you cannot get mad at me for spreading history, because that's the only way we can spread it now. How you gonna erase history and then tell me to go look it up? That's top tier gaslighting. We have to use word of mouth. Because last I checked, y'all burned down 9 cities and flooded them out. Intentionally. God did this. Oh, and for Katrina, the levees broke. We was actually dry when the hurricane passed, but there was a big boom and the levees broke. So y'all could save that too. Something else that I noticed. When palm colored people are triggered, they attack the person that's telling the truth. I've never been called racist so many times in my life. I've never been cursed out so many times in my life for telling the truth. I must be doing something right. I must be doing something right. I must be doing something right, because I have no problem with y'all taking y'all anger out on me. Again, there are melanated people that got devastated by Hurricane Helene. My heart goes out to everybody that was devastated by Hurricane Helene. That does not stop the fact that sundown towns were devastated. Asheville was actually stolen from black people. I'ma leave that there.
So the people are saying that the towns in North Carolina that are being...
This is very, very interesting. Shout out to the lady for doing that research right there. Shout out to that lady. My post right here is not about sundown towns or the path that hurricane... Well, it is kind of about the path that Hurricane Helene took. I wanted to just throw something out there at you guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have been coming online with this thing about, you know, God's wrath and you know, I mean, just all this. I would like to suggest that black people have gotten so lazy and so scary that every time something happens, we want to hope that God is, you know, vindicating us for all the shit that we endure or have endured. We want to hope that God is, you know, punishing our, you know, captors and traffickers and all of these different things. We want to hope that there is karma for these people. And like I said, I would like to suggest that y'all excuse me for squinting like this. It's very, very bright out here. Even though I stepped in the shade for this post, it's very bright out here today. But I just want to really quickly, and I probably got some stuff all in my cold all in my, because I have my little glasses on here, my little sunglasses on here. But anyway, I would like to suggest that, you know, we have a very misconstrued perception of who God is. Who God is. I want y'all to get that out of your head, that the Almighty God is just sitting around, you know, waiting to punish somebody for you. When you are a unrepentant sinner, when we are unrepentant, we out here, you know, posting with the half nude or back shot, or, you know, the first shot, the back shot. You want to everybody see it, but that's all you want to be known as. So and then when it comes to us, the men, you know, I mean, what are we doing out here, man? What are y'all talking about? God is vindicating y'all, and we're not even giving him a subpar. I don't know, man. I mean, we're not even meeting the minimum requirements, you know, because the God Almighty left us laws and commandments, you know what I'm saying? And for us to not follow these laws and or commandments, then think that he's supposed to just jump every time something goes wrong with us and he's supposed to vindicate us. That's a sick way of thinking. I don't know what God y'all praying to, but that's not the Almighty God. That's not the source creation. So y'all really need to understand what y'all are saying and what y'all are putting out into the universe. But I'm gonna leave it on that and hope y'all take away the positive. You understand? But y'all have a good one.
Like seriously, lovelies, as we all know, there's been an hurricane Helen, that's been going on for a very long time now. I think about this week to last week, going forward and all of that. And this actually got a lot of people reacting. This got internet reacting. Like when you go through For You pages on TikTok, you see a lot of families, you know crying because of their properties being destroyed. You see a lot of flood on in their houses and all of that, properties destroyed, people losing their jobs, losing their businesses, losing anything that is losable, their cars and all of that. A lot of people have been actually rendered homeless, like as we speak, because of the Hurricane Helen that has been the order of the day. But this actually spiked something on the social media, or the social platform, the TikTok and every other place. A lot of people were like surprised. Why is it that this Hurricane Helen often hits the sundown towns? Like someone just made that observation and people were like, okay, let's just look into it. And a lot of people started going on research and to see if actually this is true. But it was found out that majority of the places where this Hurricane Helen hit, it was actually a certain town, which was explained in the videos or the stitches that I put up here. What Sundown towns are like, a place that people of colored or especially black people are not meant to be if the day is getting dark. And it also has a connection with chattel slavery or slave ship, and there's some historical fact behind the Hurricane Helene, which say that the hurricane is a woman that was thrown out from a slave ship. Or like, I was just reading that article, I was like, okay. So I think it has a historical thing behind it that's sparked lights with people. People were like, oh, I think it has something to do with that. It has something to do with the ancestors sending messages, or maybe the universe is so angry. Like, why is it that it's actually hitting these downtowns? Is it that it's a sign that, okay, maybe what really happened? A lot of people in the comment section were talking about messages and all of that. A lot of people were also talking about how it's kind of a repercussion, or ancestors trying to like saying something, or trying to reveal, or trying to like, okay, the truths are coming out. That like a lot of people have so many things to talk about regarding this Hurricane Helene. So a lot of people are also involving the lake Lena, and the incident surrounding it, how this pan-colored people stormed somewhere that is actually or a city or a town occupied by black people. They decided to do all of them flooded, and that comes about the Lake Luna that we all I've been hearing of. I was even surprised that I saw a stitch one time about a lady crying that she was stood up at the said Lake Luna by a pan-colored man who actually asked her out for a date, and that actually spiked internet. People were like, how would you go to such a place for a date invited by a pan-colored person? Didn't you know the historical background of the lake? Like, there were a lot of speculations out there. This people believe, some of them believe that it's spiritual, why some people was like, okay, it's just a coincidence that it keep on happening, or getting flooded in these downtowns and all of that. Anyways, I decided to bring it up here if you guys actually have had that thought, because when I when I'm stitching these videos and I try to look at people's commentaries and all of that, a lot of people were like, they also thought the same thing. People even claim that their mother told them the same thing, that is Jah that is God that is doing all, like it has every people believe that it has a spiritual thing behind it, while some people still see it as something that is a coincidence, which I personally I don't even know. Like I don't know. That was why I decided to just bring it up here. If you feel that it has a spiritual connection, or it's just nature doing its course, the nature that actually focus more on the sundown towns and all of that. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. And so, lovelies, if you have not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button. And if you're new subscribers, I want to use this video to say a very big shout out to you. Leave your thought in the comment section of what you think. Subscribe if you're not yet that. And lastly, if you think that all of the incidents surrounding the Hurricane Helene and the downtown has a spiritual connection between them, leave it in the comment section of why you feel so or why you thought so. But if you feel that it is actually nature doing its course, or it's just something that is coincident that it keep on happening in those towns, leave it in the comment section, because they also say that a lot of black people were also, like some black people were affected, if like a few percent of black people and other colored people as well. Anyways, I also want to use this pen to say, okay, we wish everyone that actually lost it all a quick recovery, and we just we just wish everyone is safe. I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next.
I've watched up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.